edition. Let's start the news with the eruption of Taal volcano. Despite of this, the search team collaboration between the Philippine Coast Guard or PCG at Taal Lake continues for the searching of the missing campfires. Live from Laurel, Batangas. Ramos, is the volcano still erupting? Are the search and retrieval operation ongoing? What have they found so far?
Fellow Filipino, it was 2 p.m. when the Philippine Coast Guard returned from their 8th diving operation at Taal volcano. Bringing with them the SAC, the operation was not affected by the volcano's renewed unrest. Earlier this afternoon, a minor phreatomagmatic eruption occurred at the main crater of Taal from 3:01 to 3:13 p.m. According to PhilMOX, the phreatomagmatic eruption is a type of explosion that happens when magma interacts with water from the lake or underground. According to PhilMOX, this type of eruption is normal for Taal volcano, even when it's on alert level 1, added the agency. The direction of the ashfall did not affect the retrieval operation, so it won't impact the PCG's investigation. The Department of Justice confirmed that the 2 sacks were found today, containing suspected human spirits.
2 sacks were found, and we do not having people below. Ito yung first examination. Ito yung na-reveal ngayon their human remains.
That the location where the sacks were found matches the account of whistleblower Junie Patibo. What was found today is that quadrant of Taal Lake is positive indication that he's talking about, because we've been already found and identified 4 sacks. Actually, 2 sacks were weighed down with sand and 2 sacks contained remains. According to the PCG, the sacks are under the custody of the PNP Forensic Group in Batangas before being transferred to Camp Crane. This morning, the municipal government of Laurel distributed relief goods to 500 fishermen whose livelihoods were affected by the issue of the busy campfires, allegedly dumped in the lake.
Kita ka po din ng mga 1.5 or isang libo eh. Dahil ngayon po, hindi na nagagawa. Binabarat na po yung mga plata po natin.
Fellow Filipino, PhilMOX also clarified that the volcanic explosion that occurred earlier poses no danger to Taal Lake and nearby communities. Fellow Filipino.
Thank you, Ramos.
Now, let's move on to the President Bongbong Marcos State Operation Address.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Sa darating na 3 taon ng aking pamumuno, ipapangako ko ang gobyerno ay gagawa ng higit pa at kikilos na mas mabilis. Kahit maganda ang datos tulad ng bumababang inflation, tumataas na employment, at lumalakas ng kumpiyansa ng mga negosyante. Walang saysay ito kung patuloy na nahihirapan ang nakakarami ng mga Pilipino. Kaya naman, nananawagan ako sa inyong lahat na pagkakaisa, tayo ay magkaisa upang maglingkod sa bayan. At dito pa, patuloy namin tutulungan ng DOLE at DTI at DSWD upang makalikha ng maraming trabaho at kabuhayan. Ang pag-unlad ng ating bansa ay nakasalalay din sa paglago ng industriya tulad na electronics, biotechnology, at textile, halal at pagmimina, construction, at power plant. Kaya hinihikayat ko ang lokal at international na negosyo. The Philippines is ready to invest in the Filipino. Sektor ng agrikultura, pinapatunayan mas posible ang 20 pesos per kilo nang hindi nalulugi ang mga magsasaka sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Unti-unti na itong naipatupad sa pamamagitan ng 113 billion pesos pondo inilaan para sa Department of Agriculture. Ang programa ay papalawakin sa buong bansa sa pamamagitan ng mga kadiwa store at lokal na pamahalaan. Ang sinumang mapapatunayan na magmanayobra sa presyo ng palay, sektor ng agrikultura, upang tuluyang mapababa ang presyo ng karne ng baboy, pinapalakas ang produksyon ng mga biik at inang baboy, at nananatiling aktibo ang vaccination laban sa African swine fever. Pinalawak din ang produksyon ng iba't ibang pangunahing agrikulturang produkto, gaya ng palay, mais, saging, kape at kalamansi at iba pa. Mahigit 8.5 million na magsasaka at mangingisda ang nabigyan ng suporta mula sa farm-to market, roads, irrigation, makinarya, fiberglass boat, hanggang sa rice processing facilities. Pinatatag din ng mga pamahalaan ang broadband access, serbisyong pangkalusugan at feed program sa paaralan upang tugunan ang kahirapan ng gutom. Kami rin ay patuloy na nagpapatibay sa sektor ng transportasyon, highway, tulay, mga tuloy-tuloy na proyekto ng tren at modernong airports. Ang NAIA PPP, halimbawa, ay tinaguri ang pinakamabilis at tapat na financing process sa ilalim ng PPP law para sa rejuvenation ng pambansang paliparan. Ipinapahayag din natin ang kahangaran at kapayapaan, seguridad sa bansa. Tuloy ang suporta ng Bangsamoro Peace Process at trade integration ng dating rebelde. Pati na rin ang karampasan payo sa mga maritime domain, awareness at karapatan natin sa West Philippine Sea. Habang papalapit ang huling yugto ng aking termino, hinahangad kong makita ang Pilipinas na magkakaisa, makatao at progresibo sa isang bansang tunay na pinagpala ang bawat Pilipino. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas!
The morning to what our president said. But now, let's move on to my
The low-pressure area east of Bicol has officially developed in a tropical depression as of Wednesday morning. It has been given the local name Chrisim, making it the third tropical cyclone in the Philippines this year. Tropical depression Chrisim was last spotted about 625 kilometers east of Verac, Catanduanes, carrying maximum sustained wind of 45 kilometers per hour and gust of 255 kilometers per hour. It is currently moving west-southwest at 20 km per hour. Due to its extension and the enhanced southwest monsoon or habagat, heavy overnight rain are expected in the eastern part of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. As it continues to move northwest over the Philippine Sea, Chrisim is expected to intensify into a severe tropical storm or even a typhoon. There is possibility that Pag-asa may raise a wind signal warning in Cagayan Valley as early as Wednesday night or Thursday morning, especially if the storm moves closer to Catanduanes. A possible landfall or close approach could occur around Santa Ana, Cagayan or Babuyan Island, like between Friday night and early Saturday morning, before exiting the north part of the Philippine Sea and eventually leaving the Philippine Area of Responsibility or PAR by Saturday afternoon. What needs to be closely monitored is how the storm intensifies the southwest monsoon, which could bring widespread heavy rain in the western part of the country, potentially causing severe flooding and landslide. Forecast for July 17 by Rain Forecast and the Weather Company, the Bicol region will experience rain the entire day. Light to moderate rain in Cavite, Batangas, and Mindoro during the morning and noon, and strong thunderstorm in the afternoon in Cordillera, Aurora, and Calabarzon. Rainfall in Metro Manila and other parts of Luzon will weaken as the night progresses. Palawan heavy rain all day in the north. Rain expected in central Palawan by afternoon and southern Palawan by evening. Visayas heavy rain in the morning and noon over Panay, Guimaras, Negros Island, and eastern Visayas. Continued rain across most of of the Visayas through the evening. Mindanao morning rain in Sacsayhuaman, intense afternoon rain in Zamboanga Peninsula, Maguindanao Province, and northern Caraga. Metro Manila, the sun may peek out in the morning, but sky will darken by noon. Rain shower expected in the afternoon with heavier downpour by around 7 p.m. Expecting most of the National Capital Region. Rain will gradually weaken late into the night.
That's for all the way. Stay